Holy cow, what a day. So we got a lot accomplished today, and by we, I mean AT&T. They finally, after 13 entire days, have fixed my internet. And it took them a couple hours, well, like 3 hours, I think, but they did it. And oh boy, what a hassle. I mean, just straight up hassle. The tech that came, I blew his mind when he's like, I don't know why they didn't just send a tech from the get-go, because clearly your problem is 100% unrelated to the outage. And he put me in touch with some like account manager lady who now has control of my account, who I can like call whenever I want. And she assured me that if anything like this were to happen again, she could get out of tech same day, especially under these circumstances. And so I have all her contact information, and I'm looking forward to that. I guess calling her in my time of need. Hopefully I don't have to call her again. But anyway, so how did they fix it? Well, it turns out there was a problem, and I was just simply not plugged into the terminal, and I could have saved myself 12 days of not having internet if they would just sent a freaking tech out to look at my terminal to determine that I wasn't plugged in. And it's also not called terminal, it's like PFP or PPF. I think it's PFP. So like literally don't have internet just because they were unwilling to send a tech to plug my connection in. That was literally it. That was the problem. 13 days of my life wasted. But they came out, took care of everything, that's good to go. And also in other news, we also got a 1430 outlet installed in the garage. So we'll have more on that later in the future. But that was pretty simple and straightforward. It's kind of cool having like the electrician out here, and then also AT&T. Like my driveway and the front of the house was starting to look like a construction zone because there's so many vehicles here. And you know, they were coming and going to go get parts and do tests or whatever. Not the electrician, but mostly AT&T. But well, the electrician did leave to go get parts, and I got a new gateway, by the way, from AT&T, because apparently my old one locked itself out as a security precaution, which doesn't make any sense. So after I went back live, the gateway locked itself to prevent fraud, which doesn't make any sense. And yeah, oh, speaking of which, one of the last things that I did actually, so my neighbor, who is super freaking cool, let me connect my network to his. So I ran a white cable all the way from the inside of my house, outside of the house, across our yards, and then into his house, and that was pretty freaking cool. I actually got to go back and get that cable. I'll do that later today. So now that we have internet again, what's going to happen? Well, I am running a little behind schedule. I could have been making videos without internet, but I didn't, mostly because I was being like very productive around the house and getting a lot done. But we still have to make an OVO video. I guess TP-Link still wants me to make a how to set up and use the Amada controller, an in-depth look, and then also do a comparison video with the AX3600 and U6LR. So that video is going to be kind of weird because like I can't really do a direct comparison of the two Wi-Fi antenna, I guess, or not really antenna, but whatever. We'll call them antenna, the access points. So because Ubiquiti's is 1 gigabit Ethernet and TP-Link's is 2.5, and I don't have a switch from TP-Link that is greater than 1 gigabit per second, so I'll never see any bandwidth close to 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, even though I can do 10 gig transfers. And on the Unify side, well, I'm limited to gigabit anyway, so I'll be able to max that out, theoretically. So I have to figure out like a workaround for that. I have no idea. It's such a weird situation to be in. Other than that, so yeah, we're back on track, and I don't know. Let's get started making videos, man. I gotta clean up this place. I still haven't put away that server that I just recently sold. Oh, and speaking of selling things, okay, last thing, I promise. So for you guys in the future, when I sell stuff, I will let you guys know in advance, because apparently some of you, not gonna name names, are a little upset that I sold things online without giving anyone on the channel notice. It's not a big deal. And I think it would be pretty cool, actually, you know, if I'm going to sell anything of mine, to give you guys basically first dibs, because let's face it, everything I have is basically because of all of you viewers out there. And so I'd like to try and give back, even though I'm selling it, get back to you guys or give you an opportunity to pick up some pretty sweet deals as they come around. So look forward to that in the future. No idea how I'm going to approach that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Maybe just like post something on Twitter, which you should follow, by the way, because that's like that's like the best way to stay up to date with the channel. So maybe through Twitter or some other method. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe on my website I can set something up there. But all right, enough said. I'm gonna get cleaned up. It's time to get started back on some videos. Peace.